Hello folks, my name is Jude WAWABOSS Ayog. Well, due to numerous calls by some friends and family who have been following my researches that I drop on Facebook, on my Instagram accounts at WAWABOSS1, and on some groups that I belong to on WhatsApp, they have always said, guy, why not get a blog, put it on YouTube, you start your blog and all these things you post online. Why not just do something about it? Do it in a video and drop it, create your own blog and stuff. Well, I have decided to heed that call. So this will be my first video actually. And some people believe I am a good talker, that I'm a psychologist and I have a lot to share to the world. So I decided to start a vlog. I would also do write-ups as well, or maybe in a site or something with time. But for now, I'll be promoting a vlog. I'll call it EXPOSÉ. In English, it means exposing some facts or hidden truths that most people don't know about. You're bringing it up, doing your research, and telling people about things that they should know about the world they live in, a lot of things, basically. So I have some other topics lined up that I will research on, like the science of witchcraft, like UFOs, like life without hand, like extraterrestrial powers, extraterrestrial life forms and existence. A whole lot of research is lined up for me to do. But for now, because of the trends on what is going on in the world right now, which we all know, the coronavirus, the COVID-19, I will be speaking on it now, and so subsequently, I would still drop some more researches on this same COVID-19. What I want to talk about is actually my fifth work. If you are one of my friends on Facebook, you would have noticed that I have dropped some other write-ups about COVID-19 in the previous weeks or months. I dropped the first one, which caused a lot of tears. Some of my friends thought I was crazy or something when I predicted and told them that the coronavirus actually was produced in a lab actually and all that. So basically, this is actually the fifth write-up. I dropped it in Facebook, I think some few days ago. I had some comments there and stuff. So I will be speaking on this topic today on EXPOSÉ. COVID-19, a tool of warfare and trade war. Is this conspiracy theory or facts? Okay guys, let's get into it and let's dissect it. If you agree with what I'll say in this video, then you can let me know, drop your comments at the end of the post. Let's know what it is and what you think about it. Now, I remembered clearly when I first dropped my write-up about coronavirus. That's the first one I dropped, calling it a bioweapon and a trade war weapon. How some people how they felt about it, their reaction to my post. But now it is getting even more clearer by the day that the obvious is the case. As I speak to you right now, breaking news as of yesterday is that Wuhan city, the originating city for the virus, is no longer on lockdown and life has returned back to normal, with business booming once again in Wuhan. You understand, basically? Whereas America has now become the new global epicenter with over or nearly 13,000 deaths. Can you imagine that? Likewise, some European countries, now it is quite obvious now that this virus was produced and exported out to targeted countries for the above mentioned reasons. And it is also noteworthy to note that 2 Chinese scientists and an American scientist who worked in the US infection disease lab in the past were arrested in January/February. Can't really pin the date down now, basically. And all this is geared towards investigation of their dealings and also tied to the coronavirus, though investigation is still ongoing by the US authorities. Now, for those of us who believe that or attribute the 5G to this coronavirus spread, I stand to be, proved wrong. I don't believe, as a person, that assertion is correct, as the virus is spread through person-to-person contact and not through radio transmission, because it is actually practically impossible to transmit a human virus through radio wave, and many scientists have come out to dispute that claim as false. Because if you check the fact is that even places that have not even experienced 4G, not to talk of 5G, the virus still penetrates. You understand? So I don't believe you would be transmitting a virus through radio electromagnetivity and all that. I believe it can only be carried by a living form into another living form, like from a human to a human transmission, not a radio length or a radio wave or electromagnetivity into human. Well, as it is now, a lot of people have, I believe people have this thing about new technology. Whenever there's a technology that is being tested or a new technology in the market, there's always this concern about it. Some people would say the technology is bad, some would say it's not good and all that. Just like every new technology, there's always concerned parties who thinks the technology is harmful and should not be used. Up to date, many still believe the microwave oven is bad after many years of production, but millions still use it and they live all their lives without falling ill or without really getting the claimed cancer that people say the microwave oven gives people. Some time ago, Donald Trump, with that said, some time ago, Donald Trump himself called the Chinese virus, the coronavirus, a Chinese virus. And so many people came for his head. They're like, why would Donald Trump call the virus a Chinese virus and all that? I know that Trump knows what he's saying by calling the Chinese virus, the coronavirus, the Chinese virus. Because I know Trump, I know the CIA and the NIA. By CIA I mean Central Intelligence Agency, and by NIA I mean the National Intelligence Agency. Of both of them are of the American Secret Service and all that. So I know they have a lot of intelligence right now on this virus, but they decide to keep quiet, and they are working underground. They are working seriously underground. Overt operations, They know that this is an attack on them. I am sure about that. They know that this is an attack on their person, their economy, and also their national security. And they will definitely clap back and revenge. I know America, they never forgives and they never ever forget. And will always pay back an eye for an eye. And trust me, this warfare or warfare rather is not over yet. America will contain this virus, for one thing, that I'm sure. They will clean up their country, They will pick themselves up and they will bounce back. And then you all should watch out for the repercussions, as I know they will retaliate. And I wouldn't be surprised that before long there will be proposed or one chemical or biochemical or bioweapon again happening in China. You know, there might probably be a biochemical disease outbreak in China, like that of maybe anthrax or something they might decide to call maybe monkeypox or maybe smallpox or maybe anything pox, you know, that will be very deadly, you know, and whose spread would be well controlled within a geopolitical region, you know, within a target point, and they might name it, you know, anything. So, well, let's watch out and see. This is once again one of my well-detailed and deep research, and you guys remember I said it first. WAWABOSS did say it first, you know. So when it started happening, you all should remember that I did. You know, some of us can actually predict the future to an extent with our cognitive science and all that. So I don't want this video to be too long, so that people can watch it without spending too much time on it, basically. So I will stop here for now. I will need to recap basically on the points I made here. That one, this is beyond every reasonable doubt now that it's a bioweapon produced in China, Wuhan lab, by the Chinese military intelligence, exported to Europe, America, and other parts of the world. Chinese were able to clean up their city now. Wuhan is back into business. The biggest cities in China, Beijing, Shanghai, were not actually affected. Just 500 cases in both cities with barely 5 deaths. And America is now the world epicenter for this virus. Over nearly 13,000 deaths right now, trying to clean up their city. Let's just watch out what will happen, the drama that will happen. I believe I've seen the future. I decided to share with you guys. Yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. My name is WAWABOSS. Some guys call me Jude, call me JD, or my surname is Ayog. So that's what's up. So next week I'll be dropping another video. I'll be doing either the video on UFOs, which is on unidentified flying objects. I will do the science of witchcraft, which I'm working on currently. I will do a video on extraterrestrial powers and existence. Well, or maybe I could just drop life without hand, basically how humans can live forever through science, you know, basically. So would you all watch out, stay on this page, and expect my video next week.